All right, good afternoon. Is it almost afternoon? It's still morning, isn't it? Feels like afternoon. Good morning and welcome back. This is Mold Inspection Science Secret Life of Mold podcast. I'm your guest host, Mike Marshall. We are here at the CIRSx Conference at the beautiful Sonesta Hotel in Fort Lauderdale, where, guys, we have an air show literally going on right outside our window here. It's pretty cool. Awesome. So if the windows start rattling and you hear kind of that, you'll know what that is, but no control over that. Super excited to be here. We have an exciting list of podcast guests, made up of industry specialists and also speakers here at the CIRSx Conference, which is where we started off. As you guys all know Brandon Apple, CEO of Mold Inspection Sciences, and we welcome Matt Jones with EcoTreck Environmental Solutions. Super excited to have him here. He's a speaker at the CIRSx Conference. So, Matt, welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome, Matt.
Appreciate you. Yeah, for sure. Glad to see you. Absolutely. Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit about EcoTreck Environmental Solutions and your role there?
Owner, operator, general manager, based out of Colorado. We have 2 offices. I believe you guys are having the other owner on this afternoon. Yeah. He operates office out of Steamboat Springs. I work the Front Range area, so we work everywhere from Colorado Springs all the way up to Wyoming. In some cases, depending on the client and the size of the work, we do mostly remediation and Crawlspace encapsulation. The two kind of go hand in hand. When you're doing remediation, you climb into a Crawlspace. A lot of times that remediation needs to be prevented by doing an encapsulation to prevent the moisture from getting into the subfloor system, into the insulation, and so forth. So that's our goal where we start at, and then we just go from there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Why don't you help people explain? I hear a lot of people kind of misinterpret when they say encapsulated Crawlspace. Are you going down there and painting everything with encapsulation paint? Or why don't you give our viewers an idea of what an encapsulation is of a Crawlspace and why it's so important?
So it's easy to get misguided in that when you say encapsulation.
Yeah.
You're going to go down. And we do go into some clients' homes where they've done exactly that. We go down in their Crawlspace. Someone previously has gone in before, taken some white paint from your local store, painted the subfloor system, said, hey, you don't have a mold issue anymore, and gone on out the door. For us, there's many different types of products that you can put as an encapsulation over the ground. Just because you put a house on top of the ground doesn't mean moisture doesn't evaporate. Now you put a house on top of the ground with moisture evaporating into a wood substructure. So if you put an encapsulation on, you're trying to prevent that moisture, the bacteria, the soil gases from then coming out of that ground. You put a house on and attaching itself to the wood substructure, even metal substructure. Even with a metal substructure, you still end up with a wood subfloor system that this moisture can get into. Mold needs just a couple of things to thrive, moisture being one of them, and organic substance to feed off being another. So you take the moisture out of the ground, allowing it to absorb into the substructure, which is a wood organic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we put like a 90 mil, 20 mil, 12 mil encapsulation over the ground, and then we seal it to the perimeter of the building around the columns to prevent that moisture.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, you guys have been really revolutionary in that side of it. One of the things you guys really promote that I like is, in essence, people have heard of radon type systems that draw air from beneath that liner, almost put a negative air pressure in the soils, and you guys really promote that even when radon isn't an issue, just associated with anything that might be coming out of that dirt, whether it be radon gas, microbial activity, and obviously the moisture. So really cool, and I've been lucky enough, I'll say, to work hand in hand with you. We're both out of the Colorado area, so we actually work in tandem with a lot of our clients, so that's been really cool. And just, if you ever want a crawl space that you could literally hang out in, call these guys. That's how to do it.
Legitimately, one of our doctors we work with on a different podcast said you could eat sushi off of our encapsulation.
Yeah.
It's that clean.
I probably won't.
Probably won't. Not recommended, but say that you can.
Yeah.
Say it how clean you can.
So, as you guys can see, we continue to bring you guys experienced professionals. I mean, it's just fascinating to listen to you guys talk about all this. But Matt, how do you feel about the whole CIRS protocol triangle and your role in it, and why is it so important for you guys to have the assessment company like the Mold Inspection Sciences and the doctor on the other side for these types of patients?
Well, I mean, you have a patient who, one, doesn't feel good. It's affecting his health. It's affecting how their energy, and they go to see a doctor. And the doctor says, "We'll go have your house remediated." And then you just send a remediator out. The remediator just comes out and says, "Hey, we need to do this, we need to do that." And without you guys in the process, without that triangle saying if there's a inspection company that's going to crawl up in your attic, going to crawl down in your car, that's going to look at your exterior, going to look at every room in your house and say, "Okay, your doctor sent you to me. This is what we found. This is what our recommendations are. These are our CIRS protocols." You guys, I think, in my mind, are revolutionizing that side of the indoor air quality inspection company, and by creating what I know is one of the first CIRS protocols from you guys' perspective. So when you take those three and put them together, it helps the client. That's what we're all here for.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's got to work together on a regular basis. And I know Brandon works with other companies as he should, but I'll call Brandon if the client calls me and asks me questions. I'll call Brandon and relay those questions, because a lot of times that client doesn't feel comfortable talking to him, so they comfortable talking to me. I don't know why. He's easy to get along with.
I'm pretty intimidating.
But a lot of times there have been multiple times where we've conference call them, or have clients and on a phone call, so that we can all work together when we can. We'll try to get a doctor in. Everybody's busy. And move forward working together versus three different groups of people working against one another.
Yep, for sure.
Working against one another, you can't help them.
Yeah, exactly.
Working with together, we make somebody's life better.
That's
Get
the
them
key.
out of the wheelchair.
That's the key is, really hitting it, everybody working together, communicating, and at the end, the client, who is often the patient, is going to benefit. It's protecting their health by us working together, and that's why it's also satisfying. I think none of us would be doing this. None of us would be doing this if it weren't satisfying to help people and get them healthy and moving towards a better life in the end. And you just can't do it without all three sides of that triangle.
My employees really have voiced their opinion in that when they leave a client's house and they get that feedback from that client and how much better they feel. And we just finished trying to help them with their home. Imagine how they feel as soon as we finish. How are they going to feel 6 months later once they actually start working with their doctor?
On the treatment.
One of the third parts of the triangle.
For sure.
To move forward and becoming a more healthy person and get back into society.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, really fun to see it when it all works out, for sure.
Right.
And rewarding.
Very rewarding.
It's a good feeling inside when you can get somebody back to a healthy living environment, and they give you that feedback. I mean, to me, that's the kind of person we're all looking for to be on our team.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why we partner with people like EcoTreck who just get that, because not everybody does.
You have to be able to empathize with your client and work with them.
Absolutely. So, Matt, can we get a little bit of a sneak peek into what you're going to talk about? Super excited to hear about it, but maybe not give it away, but maybe a little bit.
Well, there's nothing to give away. I don't have any in my slide. Any of them on the back. Really, it's more of how bad it can be to how good it can be. What the client's house looks like before I get in there, what a client's house looks like after I get in there, in the different processes, and some of the things I've learned over the years since I've gotten into this, and to help them.
Yeah, no doubt. For sure.
Awesome.
Looking forward to your presentation. Definitely.
I am too, actually.
Definitely.
Appreciate you guys having me on here. I know my partner appreciate being on later today.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Jones from EcoTreck.
Thanks, Mike.
Mold Inspection Sciences, two industry leaders. Really appreciate your time here. And I heard it here. Mold Inspection Sciences revolutionizing the CIRS protocol side of the industry.
For sure.
We're going to continue down that path and look forward to working more with Matt and Kevin at EcoTreck. All right. Thank you, guys. We have another exciting interview coming up for you at 1 o'clock.
I believe so. Yeah,
1
we're
o'clock.
going to be speaking with Kevin Wheelu. He's another one of the owners of EcoTreck Environmental, and we'll learn a little bit more about him for sure.
Absolutely. Till next time. We'll see you guys then.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today for this episode of the Secret Life of Mold podcast. If you need help with mold issues in your home or office, we'd love to help. For our Texas location, please call 888-335-MOLD. That's 888-335-6653. Or email contact@moldtx.com. For our locations other than Texas, reach out to our customer care team at 800-619-MOLD. That's 800-619-6653. Or email us at contact@moldsci.com.